What's up, YouTube? Today we'll be ranking the best galleys in anime Last Stand. As you can see, I'm pretty motherfucking stacked. Double glitch Simon. It's the only time you'll ever see that. Oh, glitched Overlord Goku. Now, on all serious note, I got all the galleys. I'm gonna be freaking ranking them today. First galley we're ranking Escanor. We're gonna throw him in the great tier with the soul. Without his soul, he's gonna be trash. But we're gonna keep him with the soul because your boy's got that. Escanor has two abilities. One, he starts off with who decided that very broken ability because it can actually bring you back from the dead. And he has the ultimate, increases damage by 100%, decreases SPI by 24%. Just a really good buffer for himself, right? The info, he starts off with two passives. Is the one, right? What you want to do is just put them on as soon as you possibly can, right? Because it only goes to wave 15 for the passive. And then Sin of Pride, he's just a good fire buffer. Overall, he's a good unit, worth getting, but not super meta right now. Oh, just got my Eco Vial. The next alley we're gonna rank is let's pick Goku. Why not? Honestly, he's trash. Not trash. He's bad. Nah, he's trash. He's unusable. I'm sorry. Goku as a unit just by himself isn't terrible. He has some okay passives, but his damage doesn't really make up for it. Sure, 1 billion might be a lot, but that's glitched and Overlord, and it's not really a lot these days. He has a okay nuke. Divine Avatar, that's kind of mid. He's just overall, just don't get him. The next unit we're gonna rank is Sun Jingwoo. He's not a trash unit. He's not really bad, but he's not great meta. He's just in the middle, just good. Sun Jingwoo, more like Sun Jing Poo. He's not that bad actually. Well, that's if you get all his rebirths maxed out. He's a really annoying unit to use because the system, he has to get, I think, takedowns for these points. Gets 2 per takedown, so it's just a long process. Really a waiting unit for something that's not that good. His shadow summons drain mana per attack, 400 million damage. Just horrible units, really. Horrible summons, the actual unit he can revive. That's basically his only saving grace, is that he can summon. But other than that, he's mid. All his passives are really locked behind rebirths. I knew y'all are seeing my tough little transitions, but next unit we're gonna showcase Ichigo. I'm putting him over Sun Jingwoo. Not good, not great, not bad though. He's a good starter. Ichigo, he's really cheap, really good damage actually for an old God League too. I mean, almost 2 billion damage right here. Glitch Glorious only with this ability on auto, but and 100 mastery, but got that a little bit ago. Actually, I was taking a little pee-pee. Is a lot of passives. He's a really easy unit to understand and learn. Really, all you gotta do is just throw him down. He'll get his mastery. Just turn your ability on auto. Sit back and relax. He'll do good damage. Do just solo early game. He's just a really good godly. Worth getting currently. This current day, no. But he's not bad to have. If you coming back to the game, he's good to have on your team still. Next guy we're gonna rank is Sukuna. Honestly, nah, he's not bad. He's kind of trash. I'll put him below Goku. He doesn't make no damage. Sukuna. Where do I start with you? He's a. Oh my god! I didn't realize how much he costs. He costs a lot of money for low damage. 5,000 placement, like a million some to max out. He has 3 nukes actually. These 2 are ass, right? Mind my French. All right. The third one comes from his vow. Oh, looks like we just got it. This is the only decent nuke, but at the same time, Simon Godly, that's about how much damage he does double glitch. Mystical. That's what I got. So it's just a really bad nuke. So he needs a rework, soul, extreme boost, something, because he's honestly terrible right now. Next godly we're ranking, Denji. He's not good, not bad. Worst Sung Jin Woo in my opinion, but he can do some decent DPS for you. Denji, Denji's like he can do decent DPS, but at the same time, ally consumption every 10 attacks eat a random at unit in range. Like it, yeah, I was about to say what the heck. I thought I stunned him for a second, but yeah, it stuns the ally, which just debuffs him. So it's like if he's not really good, he does decent DPS, but he doesn't do enough DPS where you can just look over the fact he's debuffing your units. That's why he's in bad tier. If he didn't, he would probably be higher because he's actually not a bad DPS. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of better godlies. There's a lot of better units who do more DPS and don't stun your units. So is he usable? No. Short answer, no. He's usable to get better units, but other than that, like in the hard modes, he's not usable. Next godly, I'm gonna rank Gilgamesh. Honestly, I'm gonna put him in great tier, higher than Ichigo, lower than Escanor, because Escanor is actually still really good. Only with the soul though. Little Gilgamesh over here, he's actually a pretty good unit. His passives are good. Both of his abilities are good. He has a summon that passives are good, and her ability is good. The only downside is that Gilgamesh himself, I mean, he has a good range, long SPA, and some pretty bad damage. Oh, actually, this is the summons passive right here. You saw the boss, he just couldn't move because that's her passive, heavily restriction. That's just to go to show you that he vaporized the boss without it being able to step forward. I know this might sound like lazy, but he is a really good unit. If you were getting back in the game and you had Gilgamesh, keep him on your team. If you really like the Fate series and you want Gilgamesh as your first godly, you should get him as your first godly. He's not to the point. He's not a bad godly to the point where you can't get him as your first godly, but he's not to the point where he's so good that he should be your first godly. So my recommendation is to wait out a little bit and just collect him if you want to collect all the godlies, or get him if he gets a soul. Because if he just gets a damage buff, he's gonna be really really good. Because both of his abilities are about damage and his passives are also about damage. That's really it about Gilgamesh. Alright, this video is low-key lasting a little bit longer than I wanted it to, so I'm gonna speed this up now. Next godly I'm ranking, not no yeah Wukong. We'll put him above Gilgamesh and behind Escanor because he's a really good unit. Wukong, he isn't really a strong unit without reaching Nirvana, but after you use clone synthesis, yeah, I think that's how you say it. All you have to do is upgrade his units, clone to fusion, not update the units, upgrade his clones, just like what I did. Do that 4 times. Let's just put this through a little montage. And boom, you got the ability. And boom, all right, bro. Like, yo, Jared Werner, shut up. Yo, what the hell? Now you have the ability reality. You can choose one of these 3 things. Let's just use time. Pause to read that. He's now gonna start summoning. I think is it 4 of his clones, just all by himself, fully maxed out. Where's the actual clone? And he does a lot of damage. Honestly, nah, he's not over Escanor. He is like a must-have godly. He's not a must-have. He's a should get godly. You know, you're starting the game. He's really easy to get. So to all the new players who are watching this, uh, if you want to get a easy godly that's really good, get Wukong. He's really easy to learn because his oh my god, he has a lot of passives actually. His like you don't really have to read his passives. That's what I do with Wukong. I just like all you have to know is use his clone, upgrade him, use his clone, max it out, clone diffusion, do that 4 times, reach, and then do reality once. And then you got him doing 2 billion damage with clones that do 244 million. And that's kind of just it about Wukong. He's not complex, but if you're starting out the game, get Wukong. He's so easy and so good, trust me. Alright, our next sadly is Jonni. He's gonna be the first one in the meta tier, and I'm gonna show you why. First of all, let's get rid of this Itadori. First, he spawns with 2 units, Tusk, which does a lot of damage on placement. Jonni, not so much. Jonni, he does actually a good amount of damage, 1.6 billion. And the nails are really good. Where's the passive? Right here. Fire nail. And then this is what the nails do. Alright. Golden Resolve. You want him Tusk for, right? That just makes him a lot better and gives him a bunch of support passives. Like, the whole thing about Jonni is he's a really good starter unit, and then end game, you max out his Tusk for it, which does mediocre damage now. Not mediocre, but bad damage now. Actually, that's not much better. That's not a better word. But like you place down Jonni, he souls the early game for you, and then he'll just support for the rest of the game for the other units you have. And then Tusk acts for it, and then Jonni, they both do like what 5 billion damage together. They're not a bad DPS. They can be like your sub meta DPS, and they're also support, which Chumney inflict infinite spin on enemies, right? Infinite spin, like this is what that does. They have a bunch of passives, and it's like they do a lot of support. Like they slow, do a lot of effects on enemies. Like he's just a really good unit to get, but a really annoying to grind for. So if you're early game, just get Naruto. Speaking of Naruto, our next guy we're ranking is Naruto. Higher than Jonni. Just barely, though. They're really like neck and neck here. Sargon Kirore, they call me Naruto. Alright, Naruto maxed out 2 abilities. One spawns a clone. I'll just show you the clone real quick. He has a tenth of his damage. You can see that. You can see that passive right there. This is a nuke. It's spammable, but it's not good in the slightest. I'm not gonna hold it to you. He has a lot of passives. He's a lot of DOT and some DOT like support, like stun, hemorrhage, weakened. I don't know if that's actually like supportive DOT for like other units. Oh, that's like third one this game. Uh, but yeah, like the passives he has, I mean, are really good and can hold you out for a long game. So he's definitely a must-have godly. He can carry you through most stages in the game, and his godly leader buff is really good. His passes are good. He's decent. He has some decent support with wind shear and weekend. Is a lot of DOT. So if you're looking for a first godly to get, Naruto is yo man's. Next godly I'm gonna rank Dio Loki over Escanor. Not in meta though. He's really good support, and I'll show you in a second. Dio over Heaven. He has 2 abilities maxed out. He gets his first one, upgrade 11. His last one, upgrade 13. Roll to roller, deal 10 times this current damage, and time stop all enemies in range for 15 seconds. This is honestly a broken ability. It's a mini nuke with time stop on it, which is just really good. Over Heaven, also extremely broken. Time stop all enemies for 60 seconds, and when they're killed, they're brought back to life for 100% of their health. Like these guys have 723 health. Let's go over here. 723, as you can see, 100%. He has 2 passives without the soul. Every 10 attacks increases units SPA by 25%. All units within 50% of this unit's range have their SPA decreased by 15% for 40 seconds. So he just lowers SPA for the units in range, and units in range have their SBA decreased by 5% to 25%, depending on how close they are from this unit. Similarly, enemies from this unit get a slow. So, a lot of unit, like, put your units close to them, and they'll get from 25% like they can have a max of. All right, boys. I was low-key struggling on some math. It was kind of embarrassing, so I'm not gonna show you that segment. But basically, these two passives, he just lowers the SPA of allies, and then the soul, he gets two new passives. Uh, plus 25% time stop duration. Apply extinguish on every fifth attack. And then get a new passive, heavily advantage while attacking an enemy under staying size does purification time stop rapture. Gain a new passive omni potions when attacking an enemy under the time stop that was inflicted by Hideo. Add 1 second to that time stop. Cap 5 seconds per time stop. After 5 seconds is up, 5 seconds is reached. This effect has a 60-second cooldown. Oh my god, that was a lot of reading. But that's Dio for you. He's a really good support unit, and he's not a must-have, but he's really grinding, especially the soul. So he's a unit you should wait on getting, but if you're good enough to get him, then get him. Next unit we're gonna rate is the Meta King himself, Luffy. Nah, I'm just playing. Luffy is some hot ass. I'm gonna put him lower than Chainsaw Man, but not trash like these two. Luffy. He does 1.31 billion damage. He has okay damage, I guess. His ability deal 500 billion damage plus 70% of Luffy's total damage dealt. Cripple to all enemies for 60 seconds. It's a, I'll say, good ability. Not for a global cooldown ability though. Right? It's not a good damage deal ability. It's like honestly better for just the cripple and the like support factor. Also, Tune Force, like supply every attack he just applies that. Liberating jumps. This is honestly a kind of a bad passive because it just stuns him. So yeah, he's just kind of he does nothing during that. I guess he gets extra damage, but he doesn't have damage to. He doesn't really have any damage to begin with. So every 5 attacks increase crit damage. Instinct. I mean, this is good. I mean, this probably is only good passive. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, honestly, Instinct's is only good passive. If you're going for Luffy, don't go for Luffy unless you want to collect all the godlies like I did. Next godly we're ranking, Friern, especially the Gathrian's good. We're gonna put him right slap dab in the middle of greats. There's honestly a lot of greats. We might gotta rearrange that at the end. Friern, she's actually a really good unit. 4 abilities. Let's go Major Staff. This is probably the most complex, which is not really that complex. You just use the abilities, and after you use like the abilities multiple times, they become advanced. At least I'm pretty sure. I haven't used Fear in a while. Black Hole deals 7. Like it's kind of like Sukuna's ability, but it does time stop, so it's kind of better. And rewinds enemies for 20 seconds. Play Extinguish for 30. Ancient Golem. This is actually really good. Right, spawns off current damage and total kills. And then after 50 waves is current damage times total kills times total path times waves pass times 500. Master Zorax deals 0.5 damage if a boss is in range. Actually, I don't know how I got that. Was just I guess get that for no reason. Player shot multiplier. Add additional damage for boss. Alright, so that's just like a boss killing ability. She does decent damage. Bad SPA though. Mage's staff. You just go through that. I'll just turn this on auto if I was y'all. Just don't worry about that. Ancient Golem, like 3 trillion. That's really just about it. She has this just a support ability. Put her down. Put all units down before you upgrade her. The Slayer, when attacking a boss, it's just a boss killing passive. When an enemy enters 40% range, rewind them 10 seconds back once per enemy. After rewinding, apply Petrify to the enemy. If the enemy rewind, re-enters 20% of the range after being rerun. Gain 25% chance to extinguish if the enemy is a boss or mini boss. Also deal 50% more damage. So she's like a mini boss killer because she has a lot of passes about boss killing, but she like it's not like just all about boss killing. She has decent support. She's like an all rounder. She has boss killing, decent damage, good support, just really good. I would suggest getting her even if you're early game. All right, look, you got midterms tomorrow, so we gotta speed this up. Next guy we're ranking, Garuo, Cosmic Garuo. All right, Cosmic Garuo. We're starting off upgrade 0 because it's like I just want to. Okay, first you want to get him upgrade 2 for Shikai modes. Doesn't matter which one you pick, just turn it on auto if you want to. Right, each one of the Shikai modes, two of them give you different abilities. Portal creation, spawns a portal, has him walk back. Nuclear fist. This just increases his damage. Oh my god, that's a lot of damage. He does so much damage. By the way, all right. Shikai modes. Mutation Baldman gives 2 more abilities, and the other one is just buffs. All right, don't look too much into that. He has a whole lot to read, but yeah, you can read that. Pause. I'll read it for you. Upon entering this unit's range, deal 25% of this unit's damage every second. Radiation. Radiation dead zone. Oh my god. Upon entering 20% of this unit's range, deal 65% of the damage. Yo, let me read, bro. Unit damage every second. Any debuff in this debuffs to this enemy are 50% more effective. Travels whenever boss is outside the unit's range, teleport to the closest position to that boss. Bosses will receive walkback for 10 seconds after boss is dead. Return to original position. This passive can happen as many times as possible, but only affects one boss at a time. Multiple bosses are alive. Target the closest one to the base. Godlike eradication. Every 20 attacks, crits count as 2 minus 350 damage plus 150 SPA plus 100% crit chance for 2 attacks. The first attack applies detonation and bolt. Second attack applies rupture and unstable. If an enemy is entered radiation dead zone, these attacks will always hit that enemy even if they're out of the range. Require upgrade 5 whenever a boss enemy enters this unit's range. This includes whenever interdimensional travel requires deal 50 times this unit's damage and apply plasma extinguishing. Unstable negotiation detonation off this multiply plasma does 3x damage instead of 1.55x to the boss permanently. Requires imitation martial arts every 100 seconds. Plus 200% range. 35 damage for 3 attacks. AoE aligned to 3 attacks. Crits hit. 3 attacks. Crits hit during this mode apply in effect depending on which attack hit crit. First is crippled, second's weak, and the third is exposed plus strict. I'm not reading the rest of this shit. I'm sorry, bro. Basically, all of it is just a lot of damage buffing things. Next unit I'm going to be showcasing is Friern. Low-key just better than Garuo. He's one of the best units, and if you want to know the last 2 passives I didn't read, just go back to Garuo section and just it's the last 2 it's just the last 2 passives. Just read those yourself. Alright, basically, no matter what upgrade alright. How many tournament powers am I gonna get? Alright, basically, on spawn, he has Elemental Grace. On placement, I mean. This unit gains 1 random passive. Like, I click it. See, I get a new passive. Burning Heat. You see that? You start with this. This unit gains bonus stat effect upon entering Elemental Grace for the first time per element. Max of 1 per element. Fire Blaze. Winter. I don't get that. I'm not gonna lie. This ability is used on a neutral unit. Get a new passive or active randomly. Yeah, I don't know what that means, but what I can tell you is maxed out. He becomes really good. All you gotta do, turn on Elemental Grace, auto upgrade him. He'll solo like any stage in the game. He does a lot of damage. He has like 1,000 passives, right? Like it'll take me ages to show you all the passives. If you want to know all the passives are, I'll link in the description the Anime Last Dance wiki. Just go to that, look up the Burning Hero Fused, and it'll show you all the passives, and you can read those for yourself. I personally wouldn't. That's a lot of reading. Like, just look how many you got. There's like 100 more. But Shinra, definitely get him. He's just an all rounder. He does everything really. Next Kylie we're ranking Rimuru. Probably better than Garuo, not better than Shinra. That's where I put him. Just straight in between those two units. Alright, so how Rimuru works is no matter what level she gets these 5 abilities. Well, because actually not a person. Well, if you want an in-depth explanation, I suggest looking up a different unit. Different video. She's really complex, but I'll give you a simple rundown. Reality warping, like if I go water, I can throw this on this unit. He doesn't get the water element, like he won't do it. It doesn't affect what he does to water. But if I use actually let me form select. Always choose True Dragon. It's so much better, and always have her in your first slot if you're gonna use her. I'm so sorry. But as you can see, the only one in the skill crafting available is Chuthoro or whatever. But if I gluttony, ally, usually Itadori is just a fire unit. I eat him, skill crafting. I have fire and water, not because Itadori is special, but because I did reality warping on Itadori. I'll show you again. Ladies man, eat him. I didn't get anything. Do it again. Reality warping. I throw, let's say, nature on him. Gluttony. Eat. Alright. I mean, that's weird. Let's use this girl. She's neutral and dark. So, if I eat her. What? I think that's a glitch. What's normally meant to happen is if I eat them, I get one of these, right? And if I use Soul Gluttony on a unit, I can't replace them, but she gets 30% extra damage. Does that buff all units? No, it does not. Even though it says it does, it doesn't. Right. It says a 90% buff. Eat him. 180. It just like she's literally a solo unit, right? Let's max him out. Use True Dragon. True Dragon form. That's really good. You want Alright. Don't just True Dragon form the first thing you can do. Get all the skill crafting, get these 3, and once you use True Dragon, just start going through all these, right? You'll get another ability called like Azabak. What you want to do is don't instantly click that. Go through all your units and Soul Gluttony them first, and then click. Actually, if you get Soul Gluttony all your units, it'll auto do it for you. But it gives her like 50 billion damage. I'll throw up like a picture on the screen. But if you want an actual good explanation on how to use her, because I'm like explaining it really bad, I'm not gonna hold it to you. Just look up on YouTube how to use Rimuru. She came out like 2 months ago. There's like 1,000 guys on her. And last but not least, the best unit in the game, Shimon. My double glitch and mystical, by the way. Alright, Shimon, don't expect your stats to be like this. It's double glitched mystical. You'll probably never get that, alright? But basically, Shimon, really annoying to get, but one of the best units in the game. All you want to do, really, is just get him to upgrade 11, because it gets him this ability, Super Tengen Top and God Lagun. And you see, you can't upgrade him, but 26 billion to 2.42 trillion, which without all this stuff I have on him is about still 1 trillion. Use that ability. You go through this cutscene, right? You get this big mech guy over here. Yeah. Now, 1 trillion damage. That's really just about it. He gets Giga Drill Breaker. It's really a not good ability. Don't worry about that. Every time he attacks, he cycles through this. When stunned, he can't get stunned. He pairs really good with Regulus because, like, look, one of Regulus's ability passives is to debuff, but he can't get debuff because of that passive, so he just gets a full auto. He always just gets a full AoE circle. And then this, whenever an ally in range attacks, gains 25% is. Ooh, I don't know if that. Whenever an ally in range attacks, gain plus 2.25 that units damage, cap at 100% after reaching 45% damage from any source. Alright. So basically, he's doing 1 trillion damage. So let's put this guy down. 100 billion. Just straight out. 125 billion now. Just straight out 125 billion because of Simon. He's just, like, honestly, that's just really broken. He makes any unit in the game just do all that damage just because of one of his stinking abilities. So yeah, that's why he's the best godly in the game. He might not be able to be your first. Your first one, Loki should be Rimuru, just so you could get the Simon really easily, or get carried to get Simon because Simon's a must-have godly. Alright, this is not the final ranking. I low-key want to go over this. Just change things around a little bit. Not like the order, but move some like Gilgamesh, good tier. Wukong, good tier. Great. Great. I think this is the final tier list from all the godlies in the game. Actually, let's move him down here. This is the final tier list of the best to worst godlies, worst to best, whatever you want to say. But this is just my personal godly tier list, and that was my personal Lolo showcase.